I hate it when you speak to stunningly beautiful hotel clerks in a language I don't understand. What'd you say?
Just polite conversation, you know. Why don't you meet me after my girlfriend goes to sleep? That kind of thing.
What's Italian for fat lip?
I was just being my charming self to make sure we got the largest suite in the place.
Your charm is slipping.
What's this, the closet?
No. Oh, this is the closet. Huh.
I pity the poor suckers who are in the small rooms.
Wait, shh, don't speak. You'll use up all the oxygen.
Gee, I've never seen that before. They used a phone booth for a shower.
Oh.
Guess we'll just have to make do for now.
All right, well, we shouldn't be complaining about the accommodations when we still don't have a clue as to where Victor is.
I just can't see that Italian customs would get it that screwed up. I'm sure in their mind they just deported Bill Dyson back to the States.
Only it wasn't Victor.
Scoot over.
I'm about as far over as I can go, buddy.
Okay. I wonder if Victor made a switch somehow and the real Bill Dyson got deported.
That would free up Victor to move around Rome as himself.
Or someone else. Bill Dyson isn't the only alias he had.
Are you the real Kevin Collins?
Well, if I'm not, he sure has great taste in women.
Okay. Now, we have to get serious here. Where do we start? We know that Victor got on a plane to Rome. So if he wasn't deported, he should probably still be here.
Unless his itinerary was another decoy.
Well, that would put him where?
Anywhere on the planet.
My name is Scott Baldwin. My father, Lee Baldwin, was brought in with some kind of a heart attack situation. I tell you about that.
Scott!
Was it Scott? Oh, Scott. Oh.
Is he here?
Paramedics are en route.
From where?
From Ferncliff. He was in his meeting with Julie and...
I know, I had a feeling he would go out there, but how did this heart attack happen?
Need a cardiac room? Oh, please.
Please. We're all here.
See, it's all right. It's all right now.
Draw blood for CBC, Chem 10, cardiac enzyme with M&T, EKG, portable chest, go.
I'll go with him.
Ramsey, what happened at Ferncliff?
We were meeting with Julie.
What do you mean, we?
Me, Julie, Darren Leopold. Lee came in, there were some words.
Yeah, I know. He wanted to strangle you because that interview you gave on the news.
Yeah, well, he was fired up all right. Kept going on and on about how Julie was going to replace him as her guardian. He grabbed his chest and he collapsed.
You gave my father a heart attack.
Hey, I just spoke to the media.
No, you defamed him to the media.
You know what? You're a lawyer. You should know something about freedom of speech.
Well, let me tell you about my freedom of speech.
You know, I could sue you for this.
Well, then sue me, Ramsey.
Scotty, don't. That's not going to help Lee.
That will make me feel a lot better. Just gave Lee a heart attack.
Hey, don't blame me.
You have been trying to undermine Lee's work on Julie's case for weeks now.
There's nothing personal going on here. I just don't think Lee is the right person to be Julie's guardian.
Excuse me. Now, listen, Ramsey, I don't care what you think.
Don't.
If anything happens to my father, I'm coming looking for you. What's going on?
What's going on?
They're working on him.
Mind if I go do my job now?
Just do it away from my father.
Fine. But your father probably would have died in the ambulance if it hadn't been for me.
Well, they showed me a picture of the guy they deported, and it definitely was not Victor. But you and I are thinking alike again, Mac. Now, if you find the Bill Dyson that Customs shipped home, then maybe he knows where Victor is.
What the...
Listen, Mac, you have the number where you can reach me. Call me if anything changes. Thanks.
Look what I found.
Oh, boy.
Is it a bug?
This, my dear, is a drag.
Yeah, I know. We're not having any fun yet.
No,
but we will-
DRAG. Digital Remote Position Attainment Gear. This is a tracking device.
Wait a minute. Wouldn't that make it DRPAG?
Well, I guess in espionage, the P is always silent.
So what does this mean? Does this mean we're being followed?
This means that someone knows exactly where we are.
How did you know what that is?
Victor showed me a whole slew of surveillance tricks. This model happens to be one of his favorites.
So what are we going to do with it?
I suppose if we want to have real fun, we could always attach it to the back of a speeding bus.
Hey, wait a minute. What about a carrier pigeon?
Never use a carrier pigeon. Could be a double agent.
So what do we do? Drop it in a glass of water?
Why don't we use the method that Victor taught me?
Yeah. Very high tech.
I don't know who put this bug in your bag, but actually, I'm glad they did.
What do you mean? You're happy that we're being followed?
This means that someone is really worried that we're here.
And that means that we are probably in the right place.
Dr. Rocky Parkhurst, trauma 1. Dr. Rocky Parkhurst, trauma 1.
Karen, what's the story?
Well, Lee's EKG came back with the normal limits, but the nitroglycerin Chris used isn't doing anything to alleviate his pain.
But if the EKG is normal and the nitro isn't working, is it his heart that is the problem?
We don't think so. Oxygen saturation was 85% on 15 liters.
Oh, my God. He's been suffocating.
What? What do you mean?
Are you saying he didn't have a heart attack?
No, we suspect he suffered from a pulmonary embolism.
How did that happen? First of all, he was not sick.
Blood clots can form without us knowing. This one traveled to his lung. Now it's blocking the flow of oxygen.
Well, all right, then let's just remove the clot.
Well, Joe's on duty. He took Lee down to nuclear medicine for a lung perfusion scan. It'll be a while before we get the results, but the situation is critical.
I called Monica. She's coming just as soon as she can.
Good.
Hey, you, listen, I really don't want to leave, but I think the camp bus is going to be dropping Serena back at the firehouse pretty soon. I got to get there.
Yes, no, we don't want Serena to find out from anybody else.
Okay, hey, everything is going to be okay. It's going to be fine. I gotta go.
Oh,
Lucy's gonna bring Serena over.
I won't be long. I'll be back as soon as I can.
okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. It's okay.
And the baby?
Okay. Yeah. Karen.
Give her my...
Gail, Lee has got a lot of life left in him. He's not gonna let this get to him.
No, of course not. I mean, that man's been fighting something or other ever since I've known him.
Yes, and most of the fights were with me, so it shows you how tough he is.
Right. I mean, you two have had some pretty big battles.
And this embolism has got nothing over those fights from the old days, I'll tell you that.
I've heard.
Yeah, sometimes I think he wanted to take his kidney back from me.
Oh, never, not for 1 second. Of course he'd get mad at you sometimes, but that... He never regretted giving you anything in his life.
Yeah, well, he gave me a lot. Everything that I am today is from him. I'd like to take Ramsey's lung right out of his chest and give it to Lee.
Sweet Scott, don't say that. Don't say that. That's not going to help Lee.
I just want him to get better. And I would do anything to make that happen, Gail.
Scott.
I would.
I know that. And so does your dad.
So you had your bag with you all the way from Port Charles?
Yes. So whoever planted that on me must have been on the plane.
But they had to have an opportunity.
Hey, wait a minute. What was the name of that guy, Mr. Zorro? Remember, the guy that, the guy that spilled tomato juice on your pen?
Mr. Zorin. He moved your bag while he was looking for his pen.
He gave you his business card.
He sure did. He invited us to dinner.
Spaghetti with a secret agent?
Osso Bucco with an operative.
I say we take him up on it.
Well, I hope you pack something to go fishing in. We need to find out if he knows anything about Victor.
Fine. Just as long as you don't offer me as bait.
Mr. Zorin. Yes, this is Dr. Kevin Collins. We met on the plane over. Fine, thank you. How are you? Well, we thought it might be nice to take you up on your offer for dinner. Lovely. Why don't you meet us at our hotel? We're at the Firenze. Terrific. See you then.
Very slick, oh master of intrigue.
Was that good?
Collins. Kevin Collins.
Let's not get carried away. I like akavit, not martinis shaken or stirred.
Hey, do you think this Mr. Zorin guy might know where to find Victor?
Possible, but I also don't want to lead him to Victor by mistake.
So what do you think about this as fishing gear?
Where's the rest of it?
This is the rest of it.
Oh, well, actually, we're not going out to dinner for a while. Were you planning to put that on now?
Well, yes, I was. But you see, I'll have to take a few things off first.
Come to think of it, it is awfully crowded with all these clothes on.
Then by all means.
Jillian is torn between the man she loves
You're all I ever wanted in this whole world.
and the man that wants to love her.
You ended the marriage. Let her go.
If she can't let go of the past,
Ryan is still in your blood. You still love him.
how will she move on to the future?
Jake Ryan's out of my life.
I don't think he is.
All My Children on ABC Daytime.
All right, Mac. Thanks for the update. I'll be in touch.
Well, that didn't sound like good news.
Mac can't find any information on Bill Dyson at all. We are walking completely blind. We have no idea where Victor could be.
Or who he could be. You know, he could be anyone. If this Bill Dyson alias is dead, how in the world are we supposed to find Victor?
Seeing that Victor doesn't want to be found, our only lead is this Mr. Zorin.
Speak of the devil.
Mr. Zorin, thank you so much for meeting us.
I'm glad you called.
Hi, come in, please.
Is this the only room they had available?
No, actually, we just like it cozy.
So what brings you to Rome?
Actually, my father came in a little bit ahead of us, but unfortunately, he didn't leave us any information on where we could find him.
We think he might be missing.
Well, as I mentioned, I'm attached to the American Embassy. Perhaps I can be of assistance.
That's wonderful news. We were hoping you would say that.
Well, if I had someone as attractive as your companion to travel around Rome with, I might not be able to think about missing person.
Oh, I understand. It's not easy. Hey, by the way, would you happen to recognize that?
Something electronic. It looks broken.
I found it attached to one of my carry-on bags.
It's a tracking device.
I think someone planted it on me from Port Charles to Rome.
Why would someone want to keep track of your whereabouts?
We don't know, but if you find out, please let us know.
I'll do that. In the meantime, let's go to dinner. You can tell me everything you know, and maybe we can find a way to locate your father.
Yes, I think if we put our minds together, we just might be able to do that.
The lung scan. What did it show?
They're still running the test on your father. It shouldn't take much longer. Dr. Baldwin, this is an admission form for your husband. I need your signature.
Oh, right. A pen, I don't have. Scotty, do you have a pen? Thanks. Thanks very much. Hey, I remember this.
Oh, well, yeah. Lee gave it to me when I graduated from law school.
And you've kept it all these years.
Yeah. It's leaky, and it's ruined a few of my shirts, however.
Don't make your dad so happy to know that you still have that pen.
Well, this pen reminds me of the kind of lawyer that Lee wanted me to be, you know. He had high hopes for me when I got out of law school.
Yeah, well, don't ever tell him that I told you, but he still has high hopes that maybe someday the two of you will be in practice again.
No, I don't think so, Gail. All those fights we had, we never got any work done.
But you know, it didn't matter. He would love it.
So no matter what I've ever done, how many fights we've had, he's never stopped loving me, huh?
You got it.
Serena, you know, when she was born, and I just looked at her. I knew that I was going to love that little girl for the rest of my life.
It's called, unconditional love.
That's what it is.
And you know what, Scott? That feeling never goes away.
I wish I could thank him.
You do. You do, just by doing what you do. Giving your child that love. He sees that. He knows how grateful you are.
I just wish I would have told him.
It's okay. It's okay, sweetheart.
No news yet.
It's crazy here. We're going out of our minds, you know. You gotta have a crisis before you tell people what you really feel.
Scott, you know, that's what a crisis does. It kind of forces your hand.
Yeah, well, why can't we learn before that happens, you know, before the world comes just down on top of you and it's all...
The world hasn't crashed yet, okay? And hopefully it won't, and you'll still have time with Lee.
Well, I needed him to be my father. But I'm gonna tell you something. I was not the son that he really wanted me to be.
You never think you're all your parents want you to be.
You are. You're everything that I want you to be.
And Lee would be saying the very same thing to you. You know, that's one of the advantages of a crisis. It just makes you realize the people who are really important in your life.
Well, I've already realized it, so why doesn't somebody go in there and tell Lee so that he can get better?
I'm gonna get some coffee. Would you like some?
Well, I just love that, Karen. Thank you.
Okay. Anything?
Yeah, soda or something.
Dr. Brian Rosner to vascular.
Got the report from the scan.
Brian Rosner to vascular.
A good portion of his left lung is blocked.
Almost 35%. Do you want to tell your family?
Yeah, I should be the one.
I'm right here.
Karen, what's happening?
The clot has severely cut off the blood supply in one of his lungs.
What does that mean?
Monica Quartermain wants to schedule Lee for the OR as soon as possible. I'll be assisting.
Joe, does that mean you're going to try and remove that lung?
We don't want that to happen.
What are the risks of this operation?
Well, the clot has to be removed in one piece. If it breaks off, it would result in more pulmonary emboli.
Joe, will you just speak English?
He could bleed to death on the table.
We've already ordered 10 units of blood.
Well, look, is there something else you can do? Why don't you shrink it with radiation?
I'm afraid surgery is our only option here.
So if he goes to surgery, he could die. And if he doesn't, he could die also, so that's great. Two nice options.
Are we going to the hospital to see Grandpa?
Oh, yeah. Of course we are. Just as soon as we can.
I hate hospitals. I had to be in one when I couldn't see. Now Neil has to go there because of his cancer. And now Grandpa's there.
Yeah, I know. Hey, have you ever heard that saying, an expert is as an expert does?
No.
Oh, well, I'm surprised. What it means is, well, you're an expert. You are, about hospitals, because you were in the hospital so much with your eyesight problems, remember? And because you were around the hospital so much for Neil. You know, your best friend was there, and, well, now he has to go back, and you are dealing with that. So this all makes you the perfect girl for the job.
What job?
Helping your grandpa, of course. I mean, think about it. He's a lawyer. What does he know about hospitals? Absolutely nothing. So you have to come up with some plan, you know, like an instructional idea for him to show him the ropes, teach him what to do.
You mean like the jello that you get, or the pudding, or even which nurses are the best?
Yes, see? An expert you are.
Okay, I'm going to go get some construction paper, clear off the table. I'll be right back.
Okay, good. Hurry back.
Okay, I will.
Well, Christina, we sort of handled that kind of off the cuff, didn't we? Yeah, I just wish we could help Grandpa the same way. Come on. Let's go see. Let's go see.
Oh, am I interrupting?
Tomorrow on Good Morning America, join Diane Sawyer and Charles Gibson for news that hits home. Come see why the best mornings are now on ABC. Tomorrow on Good Morning America. Catch up with ABC Daytime. Read the Daily Scoop at abc.com.
Everyone needs time to escape. And when I spend a hot afternoon with Jason, I don't have a care in the world. Because for an hour anyway, it's just him and me.
Daydream in Daytime with Jason. Only on General Hospital, ABC Daytime.